Good day, friends. Welcome back to our next class. Our subject is science and our topic is force. Under this, we are going to be looking at the definition of force, types of force, and effects of force. Pupils, can we go close to our desks? Now, all hands on your desks. Push it away from you. Okay, now bring it closer to you. That which you've applied is known as force. So, force is a push or a pull of an object that causes the object to speed up, slow down, or stay in one place. In other words, we are saying force is what causes an object to move. Types of force. We have gravitational force. This is also called force of gravity. It is a force which pulls every object to the center of the earth. For example, when a ball is thrown up in the air, it slows down and falls back to the ground. This is because gravity pulls the ball back towards the earth. Everything on the earth is influenced by the force of gravity. 2. Frictional force. This is a force that restricts or stops the movement of two solid objects sliding along each other. This is a force that restricts or stops the movement of two solid objects sliding along each other. The force of friction acts in the opposite direction of a moving object. For example, imagine you trying to ride your bike through sand. And you'll be wondering, how are you going to pull this since you're riding it on the sand? Because it is going to do what? Hurt your leg. It looks very hard. Now, this is because the sand is a type of friction. It is a force working against your leg as they push against the pedal or the pedals. 3. We have the magnetic force. It is an attractive force exerted by a magnet on a magnetic substance. Who has seen a magnet before? Friends, who has seen a magnet before? Okay, fine. Since you've seen a magnet, now use the magnet and place on a metal or something that looks iron. That is an iron. Use that magnet to place on it. You see, it will attract it, isn't it? Now, apply the force to remove the magnet from the metal. You see, it will be a little bit hard for you. That is what is called magnetic force. It is an attractive force exerted by a magnet or a magnetic substance. Electric force. This is the attractive or repulsive interaction between any two charged objects. Push and pull forces. We've mentioned this when defining a force. Now, push and pull forces. A push is a force that moves an object away from us, while a pull is a force that moves an object closer to us. There is a force of bringing an object closer. Effects of force. Force can make an object move. It can also make a moving object to stop. Force can change the size and shape of a body. It can change the direction or movement of a moving object. That is the effect of a force. Remember, we started this by defining what force is as what causes an object to move. We also mentioned the types of force, which include the gravitational force. You can also call it force of gravity. And the frictional force, you can also call it the force of friction. You have the magnetic force, the electric force, and the push and pull forces. We also looked at the effects of a force. The effects of a force, which include it can make an object to move, can also stop a moving object, it changes the size and shape of the body, it changes the direction or movement of a moving object. We have come to the end of today's lesson, friends. Please copy your notes and read your books. Your class activity will be posted on the Google Classroom. Please remember, stay safe. Thank you.